I finally played Baldur's Gate 3. I finally did it. For the longest time, I was just a bit frightened about the game. I was terrified of streaming it because I know how those games are with the Twitch chat. They're pretty awful. I didn't really want to play it. I was worried, and I was like, you know what? God damn it. Video games are a hobby and they're a passion of mine. I don't need to monetize every fucking game. So you know what? I'm going to download Baldur's Gate 3, and I played it for 2 hours last night. 2 hours. So I know very little. I haven't done much. It opens pretty strong, man. No. I got past character. I know the joke is the character creator. No. I just recruited Gale. I thought his name was Gabe. His name is not Gabe. It opens like, it kind of goes really hard. The eye worm is very creepy. But the whole opening cutscene of the snail ship getting attacked by dragons was kind of the coolest thing ever. It looked incredible and just visually was impressive. And just the whole like opening was really fun. I liked it a lot. It was a great, the Nautiloid, thank you. It was just a really fun opening. And then I was like, oh, hey, that's that. I did not expect to get most of the party already. That I didn't expect. Because what's the full party, right? It's lae'zel, Astarion, Shart, Gale, Will, Karlach, Halsin, and Minthara, right? Those are the 8, right? Oh, Shart is Shadowheart. There's more? All right, well, I won't look them. That's fine. We'll let that be. It seems that it's main, like that main initial group. I was very shocked to get them all so soon. Maybe because I'm too used to Mass Effect, but like especially Mass Effect 2, where you're recruiting people like all the way till 2/3 into the game for the most part. But I was genuinely shocked. I was like, oh, it's been 2 hours. 30 minutes of that was the character creator, and I've already recruited Astarion, Gale, Shart, and lae'zel. And I was like very shocked by that. No chat pressure to play for stream, but can we see your character? Oh, well. Human. Male, white, fighter. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm mostly kidding. I'm mostly kidding. It is human male. I guess they're kind of white. They're a little tan. I guess it doesn't matter. But no, they're a monk. John Baldur. I liked I don't know. I've always liked monk. I just like the really fun, like, bunch of fucking punching and, like, sweeps and speed and things. It's cool. It could be really fun. Monks are always really a good time. Plus, it's nice to have, like, a separate thing than spells, like your key and blah, blah, blah. It's just cool. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. Okay, so this might seem stupid, but, like, I have my one complaint with Baldur's Gate 3 so far, and it's not necessarily a complaint with the game, but more just the regular. They really expect you to know D&D 5e. Like, out the gate. They expect you to know it instantly the moment you arrive. Because if you don't know D&D 5e, you're kind of boned. Like, they just slap you with everything. And I was like, oh my god, there's so much here. There's a lot. Which threw me off a little bit because I kind of get 5e, but I don't fully get 5e. So I'm slowly working through it. I am glad that they did kind of streamline a lot of it. For example, all your characters level up at the same time. Just so nice. Thank God for that. That's awesome. It's nice seeing like the little bits that's like, you've done your short action and your bonus action. It's a very streamlined experience for the most part, yeah, which I find is very handy. Which, like, I play plenty of 5e. I get it. It's just like, it was wild how little they gave me in terms of tutorial. You know, I expected a little bit more of a tutorial, but no, they were just like, here you go, buddy, go at it. And I was like, oh, okay. It's good so far. I met Astarion, and I was immediately like, oh, I get it now. Yeah, Neil kind of cooked. I was like, damn, everyone just loves Astarion. Like, they just think he's the coolest guy ever. And then, like, you meet him for 2 minutes, and you're like, oh, yeah, I get it now. I like Gale a lot. He's really funny. I've met him for like half a second because I slapped his hand, and that was like just really humorous because he was stuck in this fucking portal. He was very charming. I liked him. It was really fun, but I get it. Actually, what I'm a little bit more surprised by is that, you know, you hear like, oh, Neil Newborn really did a great job and blah, 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 blah. No one did a bad job. So far, everyone is like killing it. Everyone's lines are delivered incredibly well. Even like the random shitheads, like NPCs, they're all good. I'm a little shocked by that. I expected like some to maybe be a little bit like not as good, but no, not at all. I was really impressed. Couple things I'd like to discuss real quick before we get too deep into it. I learned some good lessons about the combat. Lesson 1, barrels have a very large radius. I definitely thought it would have a smaller radius. So I was down in like the dank crypt or around the area or the entrance of the dank crypt in the beginning, and I shot a barrel and downed 3 of my party. They all failed their save checks and died. So in like the second combat encounter of the game, I had to spend 3 of my scrolls of revivification. So we're down to 1 scroll, and I played for 2 hours. So little rough on that start. Bit of a whoopsie there. There's that opening bit where there's like a big hanging like piece of like marble or stone, and you can hit it and it falls and makes a hole down in that area. Definitely thought it had a smaller radius. Maybe Shart may have taken a piece of marble to the back of the head and immediately downed herself, not realizing how large that piece was. It's been some times. I cannot lie. It's so far, it really hooks you. That opening cutscene is killer. They really decided to make sure they had an M rating. Holy. The first hour, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm pulling out a brain thing out of a severed dude that turns into whatever the hell. People are dying in fucking pods. Holy. It's crazy how much crap has been happening. Like, it's wild how gross it is in the beginning. Yeah, us is the weird stuff. It's been good. Oh, how much for an STL of your character? My jar needs a new occupant. Oh God, he's just like man dude. Though he does have like the big curly mustache. No one told me the sound design was this good too. Like, as soon as I got Shart to the party, I kept burning all of her spell slots instantaneously, because every time Shart would do anything, it would make like the coolest, bassiest smack sound effect I've ever heard. It just sounded so good. I loved it to death. Like I really liked it. Like I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. I am going to play it on my own. Sorry, chat, you're not going to get a playthrough. But I am recording the gameplay. Just the gameplay. And then who knows, maybe when I beat the game, I'll make like a little I finally played Baldur's Gate 3 video or something like that. But for the time being, this is just for me, because I can't imagine what it would be like to play this with Twitch chat. What cock size did I pick? Can you pick cock size? I thought it was just cock type. It was like cut, uncut, no cock, etc. The back seating is rough for streaming it. Yeah. Even Smexy was hanging out for a bit while I was playing it, and even she was like, so I get it. Though sometimes it's warranted. Like, for example, when Gale was stuck in the portal, she was like, slap his hand. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I slap his hand, and he's like, not what I meant. And that was funny. That was very funny. But I did find it I was very happy that you did not say anything when I had the explosive barrel. I was like, oh, an explosive barrel, I can shoot that. And then you were just like, okay. And I killed my whole party. It'll be good. I mean, I save regularly. You know, if something goes really, really wrong, I'll just revert. And I don't mean like really, really wrong as in like, oh no, this isn't the outcome I wanted. Like, I'm going to accept my role playing, like my mistakes are my mistakes. But certain ones, like, oh, Bricky, you like accidentally killed Karlach by choosing a dialogue option you didn't realize. And so like, I don't want to have any of those issues, you know? I mean, can you just like leave Shadowheart in the pod? Can you just like, la, and like just walk to the helm? Yeah, like okay, this might be the biggest like self-report of me being stupid right now. I literally looked up how to get Shadowheart out of the pod, because I was worried if I left the room she was in, I would like kill her. Like I thought if I left like just the room, but in reality you go to like the other room instead, and then you go there and you get the thing and you go back. And I was like, oh, thank God. Oh wait, she shows up on the beach, but she's a little upset you left her. Oh, so you can just leave her and then just like that whole thing. This might become my new. Okay, it's 8 p.m. I got 2 hours. I'll play some Baldur's Gate before I go to bed. You know, chat, he really thinks 2 hours is enough for a single Baldur's Gate play session. Well, I'm sorry, okay? I don't have a lot of free time to like game in like normal gaming, you know? We now return to my episode of Bricky talks about his Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough without you seeing it and just secondhand. Unfortunately, after the fake Paladins of Tyr murdered me, my save was not before I accidentally killed Scratch, so Scratch will not be in my playthrough. Sorry, that's not great. So that's where we're at. Time for playthrough 2. Oh, some of chat is not familiar with this. Oh, there's some new viewers who do not know the deep lore. I talked to Scratch and tried to inform him his master had died, and then he got mad at me. And Baldur's Gate doesn't really teach you there's a non-lethal option, and so I didn't know that I could even do that. So I fireballed him because he attacked me. So yeah, I yelled at his corpse. I yelled at the corpse. That's what quick saving is for. So like, in fairness, chat, in fairness, I didn't really realize that Scratch would be like a character. It was just like a random dog I found, you know? Like I don't really know that. And you know, it's also my Baldur's Gate playthrough, so like whatever. But now I know, and damn. Anywho. So I think I'm about 6.5 to 7 hours in. So far, it's pretty good. I'm struggling a bit with the combat. I try not to seek combat if I can, because I always forget that early game, like D&D 5e, every time you get hit for like a third of your health. And so it's really easy to just get ganged up on if you rolled a bad initiative and get like downed round 1, which is pretty rough at times. So naturally I did what everyone does whenever you reach level 4, which is take the feat tough, because tough is the best feat ever, and I am now tougher. It's very good. What have I done? So I am chatting up with the druids. The main druid lady is like kind of a total bitch, and I'm considering killing her to help the tieflings out to get out of the place, but we're not there yet. Chat, I'm not gonna look at chat right now. I'm gonna like look away from chat so I don't get any kind of spoilers, because I know chat's that way. So I'm considering it. I did make my way to the Goblin Hold. I played Chase the Chicken, but I convinced the chicken to murder the goblins, which then unfortunately killed the chicken, which was pretty funny though. I saved the bard. He drank an invisibility potion and ran away. His performance is outstanding. He's like there, like he's like he's having a spaghetti out of pocket Pepe thing. Volo, I think was his name. He is so funny. It's so funny how often I come across random NPCs and their voice acting is like Game of the Year based. It's like, oh look, random goblins I'm chatting with, and they're actually giving Game of the Year performances. It's insane how every single actor in that game pulls out insanity level performances. So I saved him. Ooh, so this was fun. So I originally snuck my way into the Goblin Hold. I did it the way I imagine most of you do it, which is you go through the top part, you break the wall down, and you go through the top area. I snuck my way with Asterion all the way till the end, lockpicked the door with a critical success, stole all the gold, like 600 gold and all those items in the way back, and then snuck my way out without any repercussions, which was great. I then met the priestess lady who I let brand me on my hand, and then she led me into her like sanctum, which was alone, and then I had Asterion shank her in the back, and then I beat the fuck out of that goblin priestess just right there on like immediately, and I just like my monk character was like and killed her, which was great. And then I walked my way into their chambers and saw a giant breasted 75 HP ogre and said, fuck that, and left backwards the other direction and didn't, and I haven't bothered with that ogre. I'm a little frightened. I was like, nope, and I left. So I got the priestess. I just rescued Halsin from his captivity by convincing Minthara that I was like, I can convince him or whatever. I'm at a bit of a loss right now, and I'm still making sure I'm not going to look at chat, because Halsin wants me to murder the shit out of the priestess, some other guy, and Minthara. But I know Minthara is like a companion, so I'm a little bit like unsure how to do this, because I don't want to kill her, because if I'm not mistaken, she like plays kind of a decent role in Act 2 with like the guy who's played by J.K. Simmons or whatever. I don't know what he looks like or his name. I just have seen his like silhouette, because like the absolute chosen or whatever the fuck. That's all I really know about it. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to get both of them. I asked my buddy, because I know he wouldn't lead me astray or like spoil me, and he basically said, I don't know, man, I never had Minthara on my playthrough. So we'll see. We'll see what to do. I don't know if there's a different way to help the Grove. I mean, I imagine if I was an evil playthrough, I would just do what Minthara tells me to do and then like murder people, but I don't know exactly how yet. So I'll fuck around with it a little bit. We'll find out. I don't want to know, and I don't want to look it up really. Well, I mean, I asked my buddy, but like outside of that, I don't want to like do too much any of that, and I'm still not looking at chat because I don't want to be spoiled by idiots. You're idiot, chat. Just kidding. Most of you are fine. Some of you are idiots, but I love you all the same. And then, so yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I may not do it, and much like Scratch, I will just not have them in my playthrough, which is fine. It's D&D. You could do whatever the hell you want. That's about it. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. That's about where I'm at right now. I met. Oh, what's the name of the super sassy bitch, devil bitch that Will is a patron to? Mizora. I met Mizora. Mizora is not very nice, but she's kind of hot, and that's cool. But she's very mean, but like she's kind of neat in a way. So I don't know. It's kind of fascinating. There's a lot of, all the characters so far are pretty neat. Oh, also Gale ate my items. What the fuck? Why do you eat my fucking items? What the hell? Everyone I talk to doesn't like Gale. Despite the fact that he's eating my items, I really like Gale. He's super funny. He's a great time. He's just like I love him. He's such like a sassy, like a sassy fucking dad. I don't know, man. I think he's really fun. Gale is a Marvel character. I mean, at times, but he's in a world where it's acceptable. I don't know, man. He's got like, he's pretty witty. I don't know. He's got like a little bit of Marvel wit, no doubt, but the Marvel wit is placed in ways where it's not annoying, and it's not like out of place. We're gonna have a guy to love Gale. I don't know. Maybe I see a little bit of myself in Gale. Like just a lot of like cringy sass for the most part. He's a smug, conceited asshole. Yeah, I see a lot of him in me too. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know, chat. I like Gale. I think Gale's fun. He's just like, I don't know. He's the smug, kind of goofy dork. I don't know. That's kind of reminds me of me. I feel like I'm a smug dork, or I feel like I'm like a smug, goofy doofus. You know, he seems fun. I don't know. This should not surprise. Okay, chat. All right. Okay, now that I'm about 7 hours into the game, I'm going to give you my opinion on all of the squad mates so far. I remember I don't have Halsin or Minthara yet, or if I will have either of them. All right, here we go. Chat, you keep your spoilers away. We'll start back and work from the front. Will is cool. Will feels a little dull at the moment, despite the Mizora stuff being kind of neat. He feels a little dull, but like I think it's because he's such a, I don't know what the word is. He's very much just like Prince Charming. He's very like, yes, I'm a sword to save the lands. He's a little bit like a Boy Scout. Yeah, he's sweet. He's nice. He's a good guy. He's not having a great time right now. He has horns now, but for the most part, he just like, I like that about him, that he's like a Boy Scout. But also at the moment, he's a little dull. Granted, he's like the last person I got before Halson, so there might be a bit of like a time frame thing there. So there's a little bit of that, which is unfortunate. Though I really like his look. I don't know about you, but his visual appeal, those kind of things down his face and like the one eye is really, really cool. Like I think his just general, what is it, like aesthetic is very neat. The eye and the scar, yeah, it's really, really cool. He's fun. He's just a little bit dull at the moment, but that could be not knowing him for long enough. We'll see how it goes. Chat, I'm gonna have to call you out a little bit on this one, okay? Asterion is not a very good guy. I thought he would be a bit of a better guy because of how much you like him. I don't know. I thought he would be like the smug guy with a heart of gold. He doesn't have a heart of gold. I thought he was like, I don't know. I thought that he was kind of like putting on an act, you know? Granted, don't get me wrong, chat. This is the first 10 hours. These are my initial impressions. Now, I don't know much about him. I don't know why he's the way he is, but at the current moment, he's a little bit of a dick. He's a bit of a bastard. My initial impressions is that he's fun to have around. He's really good in combat. Fucking rogues, dude. And his voice acting is, again, outstanding. But he is a bit of a shitter. I won't lie. Oh, that's right. I started eating some tadpoles. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I ate one tadpole to get my cool brain powers. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see where that goes. I like the fact that everyone is like, hey, oh, my character's name is Digit because he's a monk and he fights with his digits. It's pretty stupid, but like, come on, chat. What did you expect out of me? Is Digit single? Well, we'll see how long that goes. Okay, but yeah, no, he's like the only one who's okay with the worms right now, which is pretty funny. He had this like guffaw. I don't remember what I was asking him about, but he was something about like, well, don't you make sure you save some of the worms for me? Let you turn into a Sunny Tentacle Man. Ha ha! I was like, it caught me super off guard. It was like the loudest fucking gig laugh. It really threw me off. And might I add, huh? Anyway, it was pretty funny. Yeah, he's a bit of a bastard, but for now, but he's so fun that I don't really mind. lae'zel has, due to the cutscene in which my weird dream helper showed me Tron fighting, the fuck is going on there? lae'zel was like gonna stab me or whatever before that because I was like ill, and then my dream person was like, here's a skull with the Avogadro from Black Ops 2 Transit. It was really strange. But lae'zel, I kind of like lae'zel. She's a bit of a bitch, but she's like, I get why. You know, she's maybe less like mean. She's just very blunt and curt. She's extremely pragmatic in good and bad. And so I'm kind of like, okay. She's not the nicest person to talk to. She's very mean to me. But at the moment, I'm like, okay, I at least get why. If I answer her pragmatically, like, we need to get the crack or whatever the fuck as soon as possible so we can get our worms. All things are secondary. She's like, yes, indeed. Yes, absolutely. Very blunt, but she's kind of cool. She's kind of fun. The frog thing doesn't really do it for me. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, all the characters in this game are attractive in a way, in a sense. Like, you know, like, she's still like an attractive, like, bodily figure with boobs and stuff. Don't get me wrong. But the frog thing doesn't really do it for me. So lae'zel most likely will not be my romance choice unless I really like her. But, you know, we'll see. I already told you about Gale. I actually really like Gale. I think he's really funny and genuinely sassy, and he's got a lot of like cringe riz. I find him great. I'm going backwards. So, I forgot Karlach. Chat, tell me, would it surprise you if I thought Karlach was awesome? Would that surprise you in any way? Are you shocked? No way? No way. You're telling me that the big muscle demon lady is cool and attractive? No way. Holy. Yeah, no, she's fucking awesome. She's like a giant retriever, and she's just super goofy and like fun to hang out with. I'm torn between the romances. Between Karlach. Just her with like a big head of garlic. Karlach bread. Yeah, it's either Karlach or Shart. I really like Shadowheart. You know, this might maybe slightly surprise you, chat, but like, don't get me wrong, the whole strong muscle demon girl is great and a great thing, but I have a lot of types. I'm very much not the kind of guy that has one type. A little source into my incredibly crazy brain, okay, in my evil wicked ways. There are not many things that I like am automatically opposed to in terms of like personalities and body types and styles and things like that. Whether it's as goth as like the Darkest Night versus like Valley Girl versus like, you know, like like it's all fine by me. There are usefulness to everything. Hot take, chat, hot take. I like women. Sorry, you may arrest me. Just make sure you bring the cuffs. Fuck that. That would have been funny. That would have been funny too. I fucked it. I know, I'm fucking gay. Anyway, so Karlach is amazing. I like Shart a lot. The thing about Shart though is that she's obviously being really cryptic right now, but I'm also a little bit impressed with how important she is to the story. Like that artifact is really important. And I feel as if I don't bring Shart with my party, I'm kind of maybe like losing out on a couple important story beats in a way, which is a little, I mean, not really, but like a little bit, like a little bit of that. She seems very important. She also, I guess, I thought she served someone named Shart as well, but I guess Char instead, which is kind of funky. Yeah, Shart worships Char. It kind of always throws me off. But like Shadowheart is really hot. Like she's really attractive. I gotta admit, it's just so sexy how she misses every fucking fireball she sends out. It's so sexy how she can't like hit a thing. It's wild how much she misses. It's absolutely insane. So honestly, she's just like my buffing character. As soon as I see her, I just go like blam protection, blam heal, blam everything. Like it's insane. Yeah, no, she's like really, really attractive. And also when she gets time to shine in her conversations, like she's a little dull in some of her conversations, but then you kind of like poke her with some funny answers and she returns it in kind. I think I had said something like, I think you're right, Shadowheart. And she's like, she's like, yeah, it's bound to happen here and there. And I'm like, oh, hey, okay. She's got a little sass. She's got a little wit. She's got a little bit of that, you know? It's interesting. I'm curious. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, we're definitely going down the Shart romance route, but I mean, chat, I was born in 1995, okay? Goth skater girls in like the 2000s were my kryptonite, basically. You know, like emo scene girls were basically all I ever had / saw for a good portion of my life. So okay, so this is going to sound really pretentious, chat, and I apologize. Whenever everyone everywhere talks up a property, a game, or like a movie or something, I'm always looking at it with a little bit of skepticism because people tend to get swept up in the moment, swept up in the hype, that kind of thing. And so I was always a little bit unsure going into Baldur's Gate. No. It's peak. It's really good. I was fully proved wrong. I was proved completely wrong. Caught. It is genuinely incredible. It is genuinely incredible, and I'm only 7 hours in. I have barely scratched the surface of the video game, which might appear as like not that much because it's Baldur's Gate 3, which is true, but at the same time, that is the entire length of most like shooter campaigns, if not slightly longer. Yeah, that's like still a lot of hours. It's still 7 hours, and it's showing me a lot of great stuff. I'm very happy with it so far. How much of it spent in the customization? Only about 30 minutes. I didn't spend much time on customization. My character is pretty simple. He's just like human male monk. He has a cool mustache though. That's about it. Okay, chat, this time I'm actually going to ask you like a real question this time, just because I'm curious. Is there a negative to resting too often? Well, okay, I guess losing supplies. The main reason is I don't want to do it too often because it's a little bit like, I don't know, like I feel like I want to go out and do my adventure, but dude, sometimes you finish these, you know, like once you use your long rest, you're like, fuck, I don't have like my fancy pantsy spells. Or before you do it, you're like, I want my fancy spells, and then that kind of stuff. So you know, but at the same time, I finish like a combat encounter and I'm boned, and I can't do a lot of like the short rests just aren't enough, you know? So I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think I have like 800 camp supplies right now because I'm kind of a loot goblin. I basically like take all to everything I see. I think I might need to take like 30 minutes to just familiarize myself with the game's screens, because the stat screens and character sheets and stuff is pretty overwhelming at times. Like, and then I'm like, oh, here's all my inventory. I was like, well, yeah, but here's also the inventory for your teammates that you need to look at. And then like, yeah, this, you know, you can use medium armor. So when you mouse over the medium armor in your inventory, it'll say that you can use it, but they can't use medium armor. So when you like move it to them, then it'll say you can't use it. And it's like, okay, I might need to take like 5 minutes to just let it all digest a little bit, you know? It's a lot of info. It's a lot of info. Do I have any mods? Nah, we're doing a base game. I mean, are they updating the game anymore besides like bugs? Yes? Really? One more patch next month, then they're done? Oh, wow. Will that affect my current playthrough, or will I need a new playthrough? No? Okay, cool. Chat, does Asterion have like weak legs? Why can't he jump? Every time I jump to like a neat location to like do cool things, Asterion is the only one who can't make the jump. The dude cannot make it. He's always left behind. He has low strength. Bozo. White boy can't jump. Go, white boy, go. Make the jump. Oh no, he fell in the pit. He's just like, he's the only one. Even Gale makes the jumps at times. Gale? Gabe? Game? Gabe Newell? Gale. It's Gale, right? It is Gale. Okay, Gale. Have I met Withers? Yeah, I brought Withers. He's cool. He has a cool voice. He seems, I mean, he might be important. I don't know. But he's like, hey, if you want to like hire soldiers, I'll do that. Or if I'll like revive your friends from death. Bink says chat, so I'm not gonna look at chat for a moment because this sounds like this might become a spoiler. We'll segue off of that like a Dean Kamen, okay? I met the trio of ogres. Are they ogres or are they like they're like gnolls or something? I met the trio of ogres, and I convinced them that I'm friend. So I have their big horn, and so I can summon them. It's literally just the Bruce shark scene in Finding Nemo. It's just that. I also love the fact that for the most part, have orcs always been British? It's kind of the stereotype. Ask Tolkien. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a Tolkien thing, but like, you know, I'm very obviously Warhammer pilled, and I didn't want to say, is this a Warhammer thing? Because Warhammer steals from everywhere else and is informed by a lot of stuff, etc. But I'm hearing the ogres and like the goblins, and it's the same. It is genuinely identical voice acting. So I'm assuming it's a Tolkien thing. Yeah, the ogres talking like that is really funny to me. They're very cool though. What's the big guy's name? He's like nice. He's the one who's like, no talk, boink. I forget. Is it Lump? Lump. I like Lump. Lump is funny. It's very funny. I do think the devs said they're going to add official mod support, praying someone adds my favorite Artificer class, so maybe I'll actually finish BG3. I mean, it's a long game. I mean, if you don't finish it, I don't blame you. Like, it's kind of insane to be like, hey, here's this video game that's 100 hours long. Like, you're expected to beat it. Like, no. It's 100 hours long. That's probably a short playthrough too. Meanwhile, some of you probably have played it multiple times. It's a bit of a disconnect, I think, a little bit of cognitive dissonance in the mind of the internet right now. On one hand, no one has time for anything because of work and et cetera, and the labor market, gig economy, blah, 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 blah. And on the other hand, just play this 100-hour game, you know? Like, oh, you gotta play Persona. It's so good. How long is it? 120 hours? Like, there's a little bit of a funny little bit of contradiction there. Next episode of Bricky Plays Baldur's Gate off stream. We are about 12 hours in, give or take. I have killed a lot of goblins, actually. We non-lethally beat the shit out of Minthara, which is cool. However, when I looted her, I didn't realize she would like get naked. I don't know. Like I just looted her body and I was like, oh, cool. And I took like all of her clothes and then she was just like nude on the ground. Like, oh, shit, whoopsie. But I gave Shadowheart her casual wear because it's like that cool like shoulder pad thing, and it looks really cool. Her armor is currently being worn by Asterion, I believe, because it's like pretty good, little spidery thing. By doing so, we saved the Grove, which is great. That was awesome. I did the Grove saving pretty quick at like 10 hours in. I was a little bit surprised it was so soon. I did a couple things. We had the party. We had the big party with all the tieflings and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, that party was like emotionally affecting. And I don't know why, but having like all the tieflings around, Halsin was there, like all the party mates, everything like that. It was like, it made me feel like really happy. I felt like I genuinely did something real. And like, I felt like emotion, like I felt like emotional levels of happiness, like just genuine like warmth that were just having this whole group of people super stoked to be around, happy to see me, really like good for the people, that whole thing. It just felt really good. I was shocked at how like with the music and all the partying and everyone chatting and drinking, just how emotionally strong that moment was. I didn't expect it because it kind of came out of nowhere. Just like take my long rest and then bam. I spent the night with Shadowheart. I know she is very sweet and cute and all this stuff, and we drank wine, and I felt pretty good about this. I got her to reveal about herself that she likes night orchids and can't swim, and so when we were talking, drinking the wine, she was like trying to figure out things about herself, and I was like, wait, I know you like night orchids and can't swim, and she laughed and said, oh, you remembered, which is arguably like the most accurate I've ever seen, because anytime I've ever done that, basically every woman in my entire life has said the exact same words. Oh, you remembered? Because like, listen, chat, here's my advice for you. If you ever have like a girlfriend, I'm just gonna say regular because regular sounds wrong, but like a heteronormative relationship. If a girl tells you something like that, fucking jot that shit down, remember it. You say it later, you remembering, that means a lot. It means a lot. That's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. All right. If you ever meet a woman, just remember that. So I actually found that pretty funny because like the fact that she said those words, I was like, wait, that's accurate. That's how that would go down. It was very fun. So I liked that a lot. That was sweet. Oh, so I met the Git Yankee on the dragon after the party and everything. I met them at the dragon way in the corner. I failed to convince them about something. The dude on the dragon flew away, and then the other Git Yankee fucked me up. Absolutely fucking murdered me. I got rocked so hard. I was like level 4. And I was just like, oh, hi, like 3 regular Git Yankee warriors. How's it going? And they just clobbered me. Absolutely clobbered me. And then I realized I was in the wrong spot. So I reloaded my game, went to a shack and found 2 people, and then found a guy having sex with a giant ogre, and then made fun of them, and then I killed them both because they attacked me. And that was unfortunate. I didn't know I had to kill them, but it caught me off guard. I mean, they attacked me in fairness, so like, it's kind of on them. The shed scene was pretty funny. Was Asterion there? No, I think it was Will. Will was like, we shouldn't go in there. And I'm like, fuck you, Will. When I was fighting what's the name of that other hobgoblin guy in the goblin fortress? I forget his name. He kind of bangs. Ragzlin. That's right. Ragzlin. Drog Ragzlin. Or Dror, whatever. He's quite the guy. Turns out he's a little bit like less that guy when you shove all of his friends into a pit with spiders and then you attack him. But he is kind of that guy when he casts giant AoE repulsion slam and sends your whole party into the thing with spiders. That's less great. That there is much worse. That being said, I did give Karlach his hammer, and Karlach with his hammer is kind of just like, we will stop the terror. Now watch this drive. And just fucking flings them so far. It's great. Oh, so I made a slight error. I went to a burning inn, And then I saved a guy in the burning inn who had a fight with his wife. And I was like, sick. I saved that guy. And he was like crying about his wife or something because like they got angry about like a dowry or something like that, right? And then I was like, cool, I've done my job. And then I took a long rest. So I guess there were more people in there I was supposed to save or something, because I took a long rest and went to sleep. And then I talked to Will, and Will was like, we just let the Duke burn to death. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, that guy is my father. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Wait, I thought it was just the one guy. And I thought I saved him. And he was like, oh, give me a moment. I need to cry with my dead wife. And I'm like, that's cool. I'll take a long rest and I'll come back. I guess Will's dad might be dead, might not be dead. He said he might be in the Underdark no, not the Underdark. He might be in the Moonrise Towers or something like that. So I don't quite know yet. That was really, really funny, though. I did not realize that. I broke down the front door, went up the stairs to the left, rescued the guy, and then I was like, job done. It was very funny. Oh, okay. Slight complaint. I didn't realize the Tiefling party was kind of where basically every single party member will immediately hit on you and ask you to like get with them. And it was a bit jarring because I didn't know that was like the start of that. And so I was like walking around the party and Karlach was like, hey, and Gale was like, hey, and Halston was like, hey, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I like barely taken half of you on any missions. Roll it back, please. Except for you, yeah. Oh my God, lae'zel. Oh my God, lae'zel. She's so forward. She's so forward. It's just like, you would have never known like the taste of my tongue. And I'm like, what the fuck? Frog fucker? What the hell are you talking about? Caught me really off guard. It was very jarring. It was a bit too quick. I would have liked it if they tiered themselves maybe a little bit more. Because it was basically every single one of them, except for Asterion, who was like, not with you, darling. And I was like, that's kind of based. All right, cool. Because I'm not enough of an asshole, which is really funny. Yeah, no, it kind of threw me off a little bit, but it was kind of funny at the same time. But I was like, all right, a little too horny. Roll that back maybe a little bit. They're a little too quick on that. Gale told me his story. How do people hate Gale? He's such a wizard. The dude has impeccable riz. I gotta be honest, he's kind of crazy. He's too much of a Sigma male because he can go boom. Yeah, I mean, the dude banged a goddess, wanted to show how cool he is, and then turned himself into a thermonuclear bomb. So like a little irresponsible, I will say. But I don't know, man. He's just really funny. He's just really, really funny. I like every cast member. The only person I'm a little bit iffy on is Halston, but I just met him, so I don't really know. Like, he's new. I don't know. He's really fun. I like Gale a lot. He's just really great. He's such a goober, you know? He's got such a vibe to him. He's so, like, gung-ho about everything. I don't know. He's really fun. I like him a lot. Classic Halston being ignored, me. I still can't believe Will is standing over there being the coolest potential party member. I mean, he's pretty cool. I like Will a lot, but like, I don't know, like Will he's a guy. He's like a good boy, he's a Boy Scout. Will is just like a nice, good of heart soul. And like, you need those people. Like you need the everyman. It's just cool because the everyman is a warlock who's now a devil. So for a large majority of my game time, I mainly was riding around with Shadowheart, Asterion, and Karlach. Those were the three I was rolling with, because I'm a monk. So monk, cleric, rogue, barbarian, and it was pretty good, but I started taking some new folks. I was like, let's change it up a little bit. Let's take lae'zel, Will, and Gale, right? Let's try this, let's mess this around a little bit. Dude, magic power shouts are the coolest thing ever. Because I was like, damn, it's really neat listening to Shadowheart yell stuff. Like, it's just really cool making that sound. And then I brought Gale, and Gale has like all of these wacky wahoo ass fucking spell casting. And I'm like, he sounds like a baller. Like, magic missile, Eldritch Blast, the lightning, the poison, everything he says is so cool. Same thing with Will, all like the warlock powers. Oh my God, I just gave Will Crown of Madness, the most like bullshit power of all time. It's, I always remember, I think way back when we had to like nerf Crown of Madness because it's that good. It's so good. It's like, it's ridiculously good. In my defense, when I played Gale, had a bug where he'd accuse you of cheating if you weren't with him, so I just thought he was that guy. Oh, that's right. Wasn't there was an issue where Gale would like get mad about something, right? And that was kind of part of the reason why he had difficulties or something. I met the Wicked Witch of the West in like a swamp, and like she's like force feeding a lady pie, and it's really fucking weird. And I saved the grandma from the 2 other guys, but I non-lethaled them because I wasn't sure. But I guess like the game assumes you killed them even if you non-lethaled them, so it's like weird. I don't know. However, oh, that's right, I forgot. I went to her and I was like, and she's like, I'll take your thing out of your head for your eye. And I'm like, no. But then it didn't matter because I forgot I only have 1 eye because a certain bard ice picked it out of my eye, my face. I just let him do it. I just let Volo do it. I was like, you know what, Volo? Fucking go to town, my friend. Go to fucking town. You goober. That's fine. But now I have see invisibility, which is kind of neat. It's technically a buff though, yeah, right? But the sound effects made me like really cringe. I was listening. Or I was doing that part, and I was like, okay, I think space bar. I was starting to, I was like, oh, they were doing really well with that. The dude was really funny. Oh, that was the last thing. Okay, the last thing I had to talk about after that. Oh, so, old grandma lady, she's like, you already are missing an eye. I can't do that. Find me someone else. And that's where I ended my playthrough. So I don't know what's up with grandma lady. She's fucking weird though. I went into the Underdark, and I was walking around the Underdark, and then a big lizard arrived beneath me and exploded and launched Asterion into the depths of fucking hell, and then immediately one-shot 2 of my party members. And I was like, I'm good. I'm not going. I'm leaving. I am not gonna be here any longer. So I rolled back, and then a weird devil man said hello. A guy named was Raphael, I think is his name. Voiced by the astonishing Andrew Wincott, who voices the Night Lord's novels on Audible, which I could hear very well when I was listening to him. I was like, I see it now. Kind of a baller, that dude. He really makes an entrance, doesn't he? He just shows up and is like, what the fuck's up, bro? I'm a devil, here's some riddles, here's my big feast, love ya, bye. Kind of a really dope guy. His dude, every performance in this game is game of the year. I don't get it. The random Auntie Ethel hag character is putting on a game of the year level performance. Every fucking side character is putting on game of the year level performances. It's kind of insane. I mean, I understand why Asterion won, or Neil. I understand why Neil won, but you could have picked any of the people. You could have picked literally any of them, and they all would have been fine. Arguably, I almost feel like the narrator should have gotten it though. She kills. Like, she fucking kills. Don't get me wrong, Neil's great too, but like, damn, she does a good job. Me listening to the narrator tell me for the 900,000th fucking time, your Irithel powers are not usable until you take a long rest. Authority. Over and over and over. Minthara's VA honestly is amazing. Yeah, my only issue with Minthara is her voice doesn't match how she looks. She looks too young. Her face makes her look like very, very young. And her voice makes her sound like she's like 40, like or 50. If I could, I would download a mod that makes her look older. She's an elf, I know, but still. There's still ages. You can still like age a little bit, you know? I know she's a drow, I know, but like, it just kind of, I don't know. She needs like scars or something, you know? She needs some like maturing features. Whether it's like a particular hairstyle or like some kind of like scarring or other issues. Cause like they did this in, this is actually kind of neat. They did this in Mass Effect, right? Tali in Mass Effect 1 has like the long hood that goes down, right? Because she's really young and it's supposed to be like letting her hair down. But in Mass Effect 2, it kind of does like this. It goes out a little bit to kind of like show a more matured era for her. Like she's a little bit older, she's a little wiser. So like that kind of has like a different look to it all. Like she needs some kind of like composition that makes her seem a little older in my opinion. Cause she just looks like she's like 20. Like they get Yankee look old. That dude on the dragon looks like he's fucking head honcho King Dick or something. I slipped, I just saw your fucking post. I have to share this with the class. The text was Tiefling party. That's really good. That's really funny. That's really, really funny. Anyway, yeah, Baldur's Gate continues to be an absolutely phenomenal time. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I went to a party on this last Saturday. Some of you may remember the old Hot Ones video from back in the day. The fake Hot Ones video with my sister, who is sorta Evans, the fake Sean Evans kind of thing. And you may remember we had a helpful assistant, and her name was Andrea, and she would come in and there'd be a little... Holy shit, that watch tan line, Jesus Christ. That whole thing, great times. Great video, arguably one of the better ones of the year. If it was this year, may have been last year, doesn't matter. Point being, that very person, that very Andrea person, was in fact also having a birthday party. Now, she is my sister's friend, however, I was invited anyway because I am just that cool. And she threw a little Dungeons and Dragons themed party. It was fantastic, it was really good. We had lechon, fucking delicious. Skin I'm a little hit or miss on, but that's just kind of me. Great, I got to stab a pig with a meat cleaver, lovely. Great stuff. In fact, just a lovely time for the most part. I say for the most part, it actually just was a lovely time. I have some lovely photos I'd like to show of the party if you don't mind, because it was very, very fun and very cute, and I had an absolute blast. For example, there we go. This cute little photo, right? There's your boy, he's all dressed up. That's my mom, that's my sister right there, all of their friends, everyone's looking all done. We got some Black Templar players in the background. It's a fucking great time, you know? Dope ass stuff. There's some other great photos. I'm pogging out of my fucking gourd right here. Huge holy pog right there. That's Andrea, of course, right there. That's her birthday. This is me and my sister doing jousting, where she has to throw this pipe cleaner looking ass pool noodle thing somewhere, and I'm the one doing, I'm the horse for the jousting. This is a fun clip in its own right. However, the image after it is fucking incredible. So great times, right? Lovely stuff. Great situation, the whole thing. But of course, you have to get a gift. Naturally, you have to get a gift. And Andrea here is an absolute Baldur's Gate 3 fiend. If I'm not mistaken, there's an Asterion tattoo upon her person. I don't remember exactly where, but I think it's the knife. I don't understand the purpose of the knife yet. I'm not that far enough into the game, but apparently his knife is very important. So there's a knife. Cool. Awesome. I remember a long time ago, my manager, you may remember him as Nick. Nick, turns out, is the manager for a good Neil Newbon, whatever. The voice actor for Asterion. Now, I've never done this before, because I always think it's a little bit weird, right? Like, you don't want to be like, hi, I'm YouTube guy, other YouTube guy or actor person, can you do thing for me? Because it's weird, right? It's kind of strange. But for this one, I was like, I'll just try. I'll see. And I was like, hey, Nick, I got a friend, sister's friend, big birthday, huge Baldur's Gate fan, huge Asterion stimp. Is there any way we can get like a birthday message or something like that from Neil? I don't know if he's got a cameo or anything. I'll gladly pay, I'll pay the whole thing, the whole nine. Like, obviously. He messaged Neil. He does have a cameo, but like, we didn't go through that. He messaged Neil, and Neil was like, oh, bro, totally fine. If it's for one of your clients, just tell me what it is. I'll do it for free. And I was like, holy fuck. So we got another one of my sister's friends, a gal named Isabel, and me and my sister colluded, and we're like, hey, what things do we need him to say for her? And so she sent like a list of like 19 things, and I was like, okay, bitch, I'll pick 3, a couple specific things like that to kind of roll it with. And with that being said, he has literally in the fucking like hotel room of his 14 like flights that he was going with that time, he sends
my name's Astarion.
A whole
and
thing.
You must be the rather adorable Andrea. Hello, darling. Listen here. I had the most intimate
He's so based
experience with Emily and Bricky recently, and they told me in between mouthfuls, rather indiscreetly I might add, that apparently it's your 28th birthday. Well,
he's so based.
Happy bloody birthday to you. Apparently you're completely obsessed with the city of Baldur's Gate, and you have a certain penchant for
right?
the vampire type. Well, darling, excellent taste on both counts. So here's the thing.
Sorry, Andrea. You get to watch the whole thing and get shit on. I saw you said thank you, so I decided you don't mind.
They did. They begged me, rather shamelessly, I might add, in front of the entire to say something about the summer.
Sorry, I'm a little loud. My apologies.
Doing a little cultist ritual, are you, darling? Bringing the dead back.
Oh, yeah, I'll
Well,
take
I'm all for that. So here's the thing. Why don't you do a summoning for me, whatever that is? And hopefully we'll have another fun experience in Baldur's Gate, a little birthday belated bite to eat after all. So come and join me in Faerun for some fun, shenanigans, capering, and possibly some tomfoolery. In the meantime, darling, have a wonderful birthday, and hopefully we'll see each other rather soon. So gather your party. Venture forth. Much love to you,
Yeah,
darling.
he's a
Can't
fucking
wait to see
handsome
you for a
dude, I
nibble.
know, right? Insane.
Happy birthday.
Insane. Actually insane. Like, everything. The fact that he did it for free, insane. So damn cool of him. I was so unsure, the whole thing. Apparently, the summoning is a song often used in Asterian thirst traps, which is why he mentioned that. I didn't understand what it was until I was told a little bit later. I'm sure Slips knows. She says it is. I knew it. So insane how cool it was for him to do something like that. Crazy. Now, would it be hilarious if we filmed her reaction to this? That'd be so funny, right? So my sister and her friend that gave us all the information had to hold her down because we knew she would like run away and cry. And that's me, of course, holding the iPad. You may not hear this very, very well, but I think it's not about how well you hear it. I think it's more about the reactions. It's so good. It's so...
You must be the rather adorable Hello, darling.
It's a boyfriend.
Mind you, we were all a little drunk. Mind you, we were all quite drunk at this point. So if the reactions seem a little bit excessive, don't worry about it. We were quite drunk.
Happy bloody birthday.
We were really
obsessed with the city of Baldur's Gate, with a certain penchant for pill bounce, darling. It's in taste. Both accounts. So here's the thing. I thought it'd be interesting.
Yo, the wizard guy.
Bite to eat in Baldur's Gate.
That's Link.
They begged me, rather shamelessly, I might add.
Dude, it's so cute, right? It's so adorable.
Doing a little cultist ritual, are you, darling? Bringing the dead back. Let them walk back. So here's the thing. Why don't you do a summoning for me, right now? And hopefully we'll have another fun
The Gandalf. Sorry, that's so
So come and join me in Faerun for some fun, shenanigans, capering, possibly some tomfoolery. In the meantime, darling, have a wonderful birthday, and hope you'll see each other rather soon. So gather your venture forth. Much love to you, darling. Can't wait to see you in a nibble. Happy birthday.
Sorry if you can't hear it very well. Look at her. She's tearing up. What a little baby. What a little dork. What a doofus. What a doofus. Ah. Point and laugh. All right. It was such a good party. It was actually one of the best parties I've been to this whole year. The food was outstanding and the company was great. And the amount of effort that went on the whole thing is just so good. I wanted to show chat, one, because it's just super cool, right? It's super cool. I feel so bad I'm only like 12 hours into Baldur's Gate and I like barely understand half of this stuff, but I'm working on it. But I also wanted to show chat to give a little bit of like points to fucking Neil, dude. Like what an absolutely awesome thing to do just pro bono for that. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't want to cause a SpongeBob inflated pants situation where other people can like expect the same. You know, like this is probably like clearly you don't want to like, oh, he'll just do this for free for anyone kind of thing. You know what I mean? But like, it's really impressive to have to like do this, something this far and actually deliver it this crazy. It wasn't like a 20-second long birthday thank you. It was like a minute and change. So really, really cool. Yeah, I just kind of want to show it off and like everyone would be like, hey, check out the size of this W. So yeah, also I wanted to embarrass my sister's friend on stream in front of 1,800 people.